What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Nikki here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over and revealing my entire $20,000 dividend portfolio, and you already know the drill. Let's get it.
Ooh, big bag. You not talking money, you can miss me with the chit chat. I'm not with the rah-rah.
Alright, you guys, so I thought about this video for a hot minute. I was trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to do it so it wasn't super boring for y'all, because I do have, just to get this out there, I have 47 stocks and companies within this dividend portfolio. And so I thought, instead of just throwing up like logos and my shares and whatever on the screen for you, I thought it would be better to just dive into that spreadsheet that I always use in my dividend income type videos. It's a ride or die, it's a lifesaver, and I figured that would be better to kind of show you guys an outline of that and show you how I kind of keep track of everything in my thought process, and obviously all my holdings. But also, before we dive into it, I do have some growth stocks in my portfolio that I honestly don't know why we're there, or I'm really bullish on them long term, or I was just too lazy. And when I transferred my portfolio from Robinhood to E-Trade, which if you're interested in doing that, I do have a video on that. I will link it down in the first comment below for you. But let's just say some things happen on Robinhood like it always does, and I wanted to transfer this to a more secure brokerage. So go ahead, check that video out if that's something that you wanted to do too. But just a disclaimer, there are about 3 or 4 growth stocks in my dividend portfolio that I'm leaving them in there. It is what it is. I'm not going to sell them. I might sell one, but I don't know. So don't be going here like, that's not dividend pay. I know some of them aren't, but it is what it is. That's enough talking from you, girl. Let's get into the dang spreadsheet. All right, you guys, so here is my spreadsheet. And by my spreadsheet, I mean Andre's spreadsheet. You can see right here, it says Andre on it. That's because I do pay the $8 a month to use this, okay? I wish I didn't have to, but it is what it is, and it makes my life a lot easier. But here we are. So let's dive right in. So you can see, here's the tickers right here, the exchange, fractional shares, which I don't have fractional shares because E-Trade, you're not allowed to have fractional shares, so that keeps it pretty simple. My average cost, the cost basis, the market value, my overall gain and loss, the growth on the position. Then this is pretty cool because it gives a 200, a 50, and a 20-day graph of what these stocks have been doing, the name of the company, the sector, which I think is awesome. And I'm actually going to show you a diversification in sector like pie chart, so make sure you wait around for that because that's actually really cool. The market price, the annual dividend frequency, the dividend. This is all just dividend information, essentially, like yield on cost, dividend yield percent. The ones that are highlighted are ones that are coming in May, or I got paid this month. So that's kind of a rundown of the entire like overview of my stock portfolio. So let's go through my actual positions. I'm just going to tell you the ticker. Obviously you can see it here and how many shares I have. You could read the rest of the information, but you can see I have Apple, I have 12 shares, AbbVie, I have 3 shares. AgeX was a growth one that I was talking about that I should have never honestly bought, but I did. I don't know why, but I was naive, and it was literally like the first week I opened my Robinhood account before I transferred everything over, so I just kept it. Then I have Alaska Airlines, 2 shares. I have American Express, 6 shares, but I am up 70%. Now some of these are pretty nutty, but Best Buy, 2 shares. Biohaven is another like pharmaceutical company. It's a growth company, 6. I thought about selling these actually. I actually thought about selling these recently, but I don't know. I like the company, so I'm gonna hold on to them and leave them in here. Citigroup, 10 shares. I'm up almost 60%. Comcast, I have 8 shares, up 32%. Cody was a free stock I got. I honestly couldn't even tell you what it does. Cody, yada yada. Cisco, 10 shares. CVS, 5 shares. Discover Financial, 5 shares. Home Street, 5 shares. Let's see if I know all the dang tickers. That's gonna be it's gonna be a challenge, but let's see if I can do it. Honeywell, I have 1 share. I'm up 55%. J&J, 2 shares. JP Morgan, 4 shares. I'm up dang near 76%, 75% here on a freaking financial, man, but we knew that was gonna happen, let's be honest. Car is a car auction service. I did an entire video on that. I will actually go ahead and also add to the links down below in the first comment. You could check it out after the video, but not one of my best investments, but I'm still pretty bullish on it. So 15 shares. I am down overall about 3.5%. Coca-Cola, 11 shares. Logitech, 1 share. This one, I really like the company, and they do pay a dividend, but the problem is they only pay the dividend once a year. So for me, it's like, I just don't know. I just don't know if that's worth it, but I'm gonna hold it until at least I get that dividend payment, and I'll kind of see what's going on here. But but I'm not sure. But I do like it, so maybe I'll just keep it. Whatever. Next one is one of my absolute favorite companies. Lowe's, 2 shares. LUV is Southwest, 2 shares. McDonald's, 2 shares. And a lot of these are 2 shares because they're expensive, okay? It's hard to drop that kind of coin on 1 share of a stock. But anyway, Medtronic, 3 shares. Microsoft, 2 shares, up 32%. NEE, Next Era Energy, 2 shares. I'm down 2%. Like the company though, they do pay dividend. I'm going to continue to add. This is probably a good time. Honestly, I should be adding, and they're in utilities, so I need that in my life, and you'll see that in a second. Nike, 2 shares. NRZ is new residential investment. I have 25 shares. Realty Income, we love that, 6 shares. OKE is One Oak. I say that every time. 20 shares. I'm up 53%. ORC is Orchid Island Capital, 1 share. It was a free stock I got. You know how that works. Pepsi, my absolute, Pepsi, man. I love Pepsi. 5 shares. Pfizer, 7 shares. Procter & Gamble, 1 share. Pretty recent ad for me, actually. PSEC, Prospect Capital, 1 share was a free stock. Peloton, so bullish on Peloton. 7 shares. I'm up almost 180%. In my Robinhood growth portfolio, I have 16 shares. I think I'm up like 30 or 40% on that one. RTX, Raytheon Technologies, 7 shares. They pay a pretty awesome dividend too. This is one I kind of forget about, but it's a really good one. Starbucks, wish I had all the money in the world, I'd buy it up. 4 shares. SPYD, my favorite ETF I've ever had. 16 shares. SPYG, I'm up 50% on 7 shares, which makes sense because it's the growth focused one. SPYV is value, so it mixes growth and dividend. I have 7 shares of that, up about 22 and a quarter. Stag, love Stag. Realty and Stag, hands down the best REITs you could buy, in my personal opinion. 11 shares, 14, and that's, guys, you already know it's already an opinion, okay? Don't come at me. AT&T, 25 shares, I'm down. Okay, this is a debacle lately, okay? I've been seeing the thumbnails. I sold. Oh, my positions. Oh, I sold out. What the heck? They cut your dividend. Everyone needs to chill. Literally take a freaking calm down, okay? First of all, they're cutting it to like 4 or 5%, which is still really good. Second of all, we're all in our 20s, 30s, maybe early 40s. Like, you're probably not living off of that. Like, your income to pay your bills did not just crash 50%. Like, y'all need to relax, okay? Have a little bit of a better understanding what's going on here. AT&T is a solid company. It has great dividend history before this. It's making moves in the business that could cause the share price to crack through that $30, $32 mark. And I'm gonna be adding more for sure. So I don't know what everyone's tripping about, honest to God, but that's all I'm gonna say about that. Target, I freaking love. 3 shares, up 115%. Verizon, 8 shares. I am down in Verizon, but I will continue to add them. Wendy's, 3 shares. Okay, that triple, what is it called? A Dave's triple. Is that right? My fat ass is showing. Oh God. I've never had one though, but they're probably good. And then Waste Management, one of my all-time favorite dividends, top 5 for sure. 6 shares, up about almost 35%. So you guys, this is like the overview here, but I'm gonna dive in and show you down here on these tabs, and that's where it gets pretty cool. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and let's get into the next tab. So if I come down here, we can see it's a diversification chart data. And to be honest with you, I don't ever go here, okay? I honestly don't even know what this is. I mean, I know what it is, but I like this one better. Okay, so here's the sector graph I was telling you about. So you can see here, like, what percent of what sector I'm invested in. And you can clearly see where I need some help, and you can clearly see where I might be overweight. So my largest bit here is telecommunications at 14.6, which is pretty high. My lowest is utilities, 0.6. I've been telling y'all I need some utilities, okay? So help a girl out. Anyway, consumer staples, 8.5, consumer discretionary, 9.2, financials, industrials, healthcare, investments like ETFs. Energy is really high because of OKE, but there you go. Real estate, 10, not mad about that. Love real estate. You can also see here like the sector and what annual income it's bringing in for me. But if we go to the diversification little chart here, I like this much better than whatever the heck that tab was. I don't even know what that is. But now more specifically, we can see what percent of my portfolio each holding takes up. Now, what's that golden rule? It's like you never want it to be more than like 5%. So I do decently well here under everything under 5%. The only thing I don't is Apple, and I am okay with that. Apple ruined my life, honestly. Like, it doesn't even matter. I'm so obsessed. I'm so bullish. I don't even care. But you can see here, like 7.4% is the highest, okay? And you can kind of see where, like, you know, if I'm thinking like, oh, is this a good buy for me right now? Should I add this to the portfolio? I can see where I'm at, what percentage wise, like NEE, right? I'm down on that, remember? And it's only 0.3 0.7 of my entire portfolio. So I know I need to add a little bit more to it to bring it up, and it's red right now. I know my average cost is lower. This would be a great time for me to buy some more shares of NEE. But I do actually utilize this part of the spreadsheet a little bit more than others, besides obviously this overall vision here, because I have to go in and adjust my numbers when I buy stuff. But you can see everything on here, and this to me is way more important. Also, you guys, if you've been here a while, you know you have seen the dividend income one before. This is where we're at currently, but also a summary. So you can see my total cost basis of what I've invested, my market value of my portfolio, which is almost 20,500, my total gain, I lost, my 34% growth, my dividend yield, my yield on cost, and the annual income right now of my dividend investing. So I'm going to take us back to this overall portfolio, you guys. I mean, this is a long time in the making. Like, I've been doing this for a hot minute. I invest every single month. Every time I get my paycheck, I have a certain amount go into my portfolios, and it takes some time. And like I said, I thought I would have hit 20 way quicker, but that's not how the market works. The market could pull you back weeks and weeks and weeks. It's just what it is. By the time, I mean, I'm filming this on the weekend, by the time Monday comes around, I could be at 19 or 18,000. Like, we just don't know. You never know. So don't look too much into the overall amount of what someone's portfolio is, because it's changing all the time. But this is just where I'm at. This is my entire portfolio. I do have some stocks I'm considering adding. Now, I do have 47 in here, remember? But I don't really plan on holding more than 55. 55 is probably where I'd want to cut it. After that, I might sell some. I don't know. I really don't want to sell anything. The only thing I would sell is like this Ajax one or Biohaven, because they're growth stocks. And I mean, quite honestly, I don't really know why they're in this portfolio, but that's besides the point. But I don't really sell anything out of here. Like, that's not my game plan. I don't add things in here to sell things. So you won't see that from me on this portfolio. In the Robinhood portfolio, you definitely will. Guys, I'm interested to know how many stocks, what are your holdings? Like, do you have 40, 50, 100? What's too much for you? Like, I'm actually pretty curious. I know a lot of people talk about that. So let me know down below in the comments how many stocks that you currently hold in your portfolio and what your max number would be. I would find that super interesting. And you guys, if you're curious about how much this portfolio got me in dividends this month, go ahead and click this video right here, and you can go ahead and check that out. And like always, you guys, if you've made it this far and you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing by hitting the MB in the bottom corner or that red subscribe button down underneath the video below. Join the crew, join the journey. I post 2 videos a week on the channel about stocks, money, investing, finance, side hustles, making money, and having a good ass time. And if you haven't already, could you please just tap this thing for me? Please smash it, I guess a lot of people like to say, but however you want to do it, just please do it. It really helps the channel out. It helps the channel grow. And you already know, if you've made it this far, you are my most favorite people in the entire freaking world. You know I love you. Come here. You gonna get some kisses. And like always, you guys, enjoy the journey, whatever your journey is. Always remember to do assess your hearts on fire. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.